Life is a series of tests. Someone cuts you off in traffic, a careless word stings, or anger flares when things don't go your way. In those moments, the urge to react surges, to shout, argue, or let emotions sweep you away. But what if I told you there's a greater strength in holding back, a power that keeps you steady in the storm and transforms you into your best self? That's the lesson of Stoicism from Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, who wielded restraint to master their lives. Today, you'll uncover that power and see that restraint isn't weakness. It's the key to living boldly. Picture yourself as a warrior, not armed with a sword or shield, but with a razor-sharp mind and iron will. Modern life throws battles at you daily. Stressful emails, petty arguments, the pull of social media. Stoicism teaches that true victory isn't in crushing others, but in conquering yourself. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an empire, wrote that you don't have to react to everything. You can choose silence, calm, and action when the time is right. That's the strength of restraint. It hands you control, even when the world around you spins into chaos. Here's what fires you up. Restraint isn't suppression, it's liberation. Seneca, who faced betrayal and exile, said anger is like drinking poison and hoping the other person suffers. When you restrain yourself, you're not bottling up emotions. You're letting them go so they don't own you. Think of the last time you lost your cool. Did regret follow? Now imagine you'd paused, breathed, and moved on. You can do that today. Turn a moment of weakness into a personal triumph. That's the power Stoicism offers. You don't just survive, you soar. Imagine Epictetus one morning, still a slave. His master yelled threatening punishment over a minor slip. Instead of firing back with resentment, he stayed silent and thought, I can't change him, but I can change how I respond. He used restraint to shield his soul, turning a bad situation into a chance to build strength. You face masters too, a tough boss, an annoying friend, or your own negative thoughts. But like Epictetus, you can choose restraint, not to lose, but to win over yourself. What makes this story unforgettable? It's how Epictetus turned restraint into a superpower. He had no outer power, but he was untouchable within. You can be too. Next time someone sparks your anger, a snide remark, a disrespectful move, pause for a second. Breathe deep and say, this won't drag me down. When you do, you don't just keep your peace. You become the strongest person in the room. That's the Stoic lesson. Restraint is ultimate power. Now picture Marcus Aurelius in a military camp surrounded by shouts and the weight of war. One day, a general insulted him in front of everyone. Instead of raging, he smiled and said, if he's wrong, that's his problem. If I get mad, it's mine. He used restraint to hold his dignity, turning tension into a mental victory. In your life, you face generals too, people testing your patience. But you can take a cue from Marcus. Instead of reacting, smile and walk on. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You just need to be you. Here's the moment that gets you on your feet. Restraint isn't just staying calm, it's how you forge the will to live the life you want. Seneca practiced a daily exercise. He'd imagine scenarios that could unravel him: betrayal, criticism, losing something dear. Then ask, can I restrain myself here? He did it to prepare for whatever life threw his way. Try it. Today, picture a tough situation that might hit and decide now you'll hold back. When it comes, you'll find yourself stronger than ever. So how do you tap into this power of restraint every day? First, practice the pause. The Stoics believed there's a gap between a trigger and your reaction, and in that gap lies your freedom. If someone irks you, don't snap back, count to 5, breathe, and pick your best response. I did this when a coworker criticized me. Instead of arguing, I paused and realized silence spoke louder than words. Start today with any challenge that comes your way. Next, redirect your energy. Stoicism teaches that when you restrain negative emotions, you can channel them into something positive. Angry about a bad day? Don't vent, go for a walk, write it out, or do something meaningful. I once fumed over a failed project, but instead of complaining, I poured that energy into a fresh start. The result? A better plan. You don't have to waste your emotions, you can turn them into fuel to move forward. Finally, take pride in every act of restraint. Marcus Aurelius said, "Each time you resist the urge to react, you build your character." Next time you stay calm in an argument or shrug off an insult, take a second to think, "I just did something great." It's not a small win, it's a Stoic warrior's triumph. Try it tonight. Look back on your day, note when you held back, and feel the strength growing inside you. The power of restraint is Stoicism's timeless lesson. It doesn't just get you through tough days, it lets you live them brilliantly. Start today. Pick one challenging moment, restrain your reaction, and watch your inner strength ignite. You're not just strong, you're unstoppable.